Agents in North Carolina are required by the North Carolina Real Estate Commission to disclose agency to all potential clients. One of the things that they use to do this is called the Working with Real Estate Agents form. And an agent will explain the different types of agency and ask you to sign this form acknowledging that they disclose this information to you. It's important to note that that's not a contract, it's just an acknowledgement of the conversation. There are 3 different types of agency in North Carolina. There's buyer agency, seller agency, and dual agency. Buyer agency, if I'm representing you as your buyer agent, I owe my trust and loyalty to you. I'm not going to share any personal, private, confidential information with the other side or with other people, and I'm going to work in your best interests, no one else's. A seller agent, they're going to do the same thing, but for their seller client. Dual agency comes into play in 2 different ways. One is if I'm the buyer agent, but I'm also representing the seller, and I call that strict dual agency. When that happens, the agent has to take a step back because you don't have an arm's length transaction. I can't recommend what to offer. I can't recommend to the seller what to accept because I know too much personal, private, confidential information about either side. So the buyer and seller, I can bring them together, but they have to make the decisions and I have to take a step back as far as advice. Then there's also designated dual agency, which is the agency is the company and you have different individual agents representing the buyer and the seller. And we can designate representation so that the buyer agent and the seller agent can still fully represent their client and not share that confidential information on either side. You can find out more about what agency is and representation by the Real Estate Agents brochure, which we have on our website. You can also reach out to us and we can talk in more detail and send you those documents as well.